Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today we are diving headfirst into the wildly dynamic electric vehicle landscape of 2026. We are watching this market fundamentally transform right before our eyes. It's officially shifting from that early adopter phase into a truly maturing ecosystem. Whether it's how we're buying them, how we're charging them, or who actually gets to drive them, the data absolutely proves the EV world is growing up fast.
Okay, let's take a quick look at our agenda for today. First, we'll do a 2026 EV market check-in. Then we'll check out the latest award-winning EVs. After that, we're reinventing the charging experience, digging into the NACS Universal Standard, and finally, looking at bringing EVs to every community. Let's jump right into Section 1, the 2026 EV market check-in. We are kicking things off by looking at what people are actually buying out there today, and the numbers from Cox Automotive tell a super fascinating story of resilience. Now, looking at this, you might immediately notice that Q2 shows a 20.5% year-over-year decline. But here is the thing. That is actually a wonderful 14.7% improvement from Q1. It really indicates the market is finally starting to stabilize. We saw over 247,000 EVs sold in the second quarter alone. So yeah, the year-over-year volume is still down, but the bleeding is slowing way down compared to that brutal 36% drop we saw back in Q4 of 2025.
And here is the bottom line. EVs still capture a really solid 5.8% of the total new vehicle volume. And get this, legacy standouts like Toyota and Subaru are literally doubling their EV volume. While Tesla is obviously still the clear leader, taking up about half of all sales, these legacy automakers are making massive strides. Toyota is actually a top 5 EV seller in the US market now. It just goes to show that this next phase of growth is all about meeting the consumer where they are, especially when it comes to affordability.
Moving right along to Section 2, award-winning EVs take over. Let's see how these market trends are translating to the actual cars rolling off the lots.
So it's true that hybrid sales are riding a forecasted 9% surge right now, mostly thanks to elevated gas prices. But when you look at the prestigious 2026 AA Car Guide, fully electric vehicles completely dominated. AA tested vehicles across 14 rigorous criteria. We are talking advanced safety features, performance, ride quality, the whole shebang. And pure electric vehicles absolutely stole the show.
Seriously, just look at this gorgeous lineup. Automakers are totally delivering on both utility and performance. The Lucid Gravity Touring didn't just win its midsize SUV category, it took home the overall AA Car Guide crown for the year. And the list is so wonderfully diverse. You've got the Chevy Silverado EV representing heavy-duty pickups, and Hyundai's Ioniq series sweeping the SUV categories. Actually, the only hybrid that even managed to break through was the Honda Civic in the small car category. All right, let's head into Section 3, reinventing the charging experience. Because let's be real, a fantastic car is only as good as the plug you connect it to. Automakers and charging networks have realized they need to level up the customer experience big time. Take a look at this game-changing flagship setup, the new Meyer Station in Warren, Michigan. It's right across from GM's Global Technical Center, and it features 12 high-power 350-kilowatt stalls. They've got override canopies so you stay dry in the rain, and check this out, pull-through access. It's so rare but absolutely crucial. It means if you are towing a trailer with your new Silverado EV, you don't even have to unhitch. You just pull right through, plug in, grab a snack, and get a full charge in about 15 minutes. And to put that into perspective, this isn't just a one-off anomaly. EVgo, GM, and Pilot have already rolled out over 1,300 fast-charging stalls across 40 states, and they definitely aren't slowing down. EVgo plans to have more than 100 of these flagship stalls online by the end of 2026 in major states like California, Florida, Texas, and Michigan. Which makes total sense, considering the EV population in those areas has grown sixfold just since 2021. Next up, Section 4, the NACS Universal Charging Standard. This directly solves one of the biggest, most annoying headaches for EV drivers. For years, this market was totally fragmented by different connector types. But now, thanks to the adoption of NACS, or J3400, we are finally getting one universal standardized plug for everybody. Standardized by SAE International, this single inlet design means non-Tesla vehicles can natively plug right into what used to be a closed network. It completely eliminates those clunky adapters. Now when you pull up to a modern station, you literally just plug it in and walk away. It's actually kind of mind-blowing to track how fast the industry mobilized on this. Just look at the progress here.
We went from early adoption talks in 2022 to anticipating widespread universal use by 2027. SAE officially published the standard in 2025, and right now in 2026, we are watching the expanded rollout of native NACS vehicles. This kind of rapid cross-industry collaboration is pretty much historically unprecedented. It proves they are incredibly serious about removing friction for us consumers.
And EVgo is stepping up big time here. To support the 35 NACS-equipped models arriving by late 2026, they are adding ultra-powerful V4 superchargers. We are talking up to 500 kilowatts of power. Plus, they feature Tesla's Magic Dock and extra-long cables, so literally anyone can easily share the energy. Oh, and EVgo is seamlessly integrating these chargers right into Tesla's in-car trip planner. Consumer demand on EVgo's network shot up over 700% in the last 3 years. So this kind of universal accessibility is a massive win for everyone.
Finally, Section 5, bringing EVs to every community. We absolutely have to talk about bridging the transportation divide. Because the transition to electric mobility can't just be a luxury for people with their own private garages, right? It has to be equitable. A really brilliant example of this is the MAPC Community EV Car Share Pilot. They are using solar chargers that literally pop up in a matter of hours with absolutely zero grid construction. Normally, hooking up chargers to the utility grid takes months of permitting and messy trenching. But with Beam Global's EV Arc setup, these 100% off-grid solar-powered stations are just dropped into place. No construction, no utility bill. It's fantastic.
State grants are also doing some heavy lifting here. Backed by a $1 million ACT for All grant, Zipcar EVs are beta testing directly at public housing authorities and urban centers in Massachusetts, like Chelsea, Boston, Framingham, and Quincy. They are putting these fully electric vehicles exactly where reliable transit is needed the most. Eligible users can rent them at deeply discounted rates, completely removing the financial barriers to modern, clean mobility.
And this quote from Matt Frank at the Chelsea Housing Authority really hits the nail on the head. He says residents will be able to go shopping, take their children to appointments, and visit family in a very eco-friendly and affordable way. That right there, that is the real-world impact of a maturing EV ecosystem. It grounds all the technical stuff we've been talking about and gives families clean, accessible freedom regardless of their zip code.
So with unified plugs finally here, pull-through solar chargers popping up, and totally award-winning designs hitting the streets, how will this seamlessly maturing EV ecosystem power your next big adventure? The infrastructure has finally caught up to the innovation, and the road ahead looks pretty incredible. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I can't wait to see where this electric journey takes us all next.